be sure to check out my Facebook page and interact with me directly there over at Geekdom 101 on Facebook. I'll leave the link down below. Dragon Ball Super episode 36 is in the books, entitled Masaka no Daikusen Vegeta Ikari no Dai Bakuhatsu, which translates to an unexpectedly tough fight, Vegeta's explosion of rage, as we continue the Vegeta-Vegeta fight from the inter-universe erotica, I don't know, tournament thingamabob. So anyways, I told you guys in the video I did with Super JAYAIN not to underestimate Vegeta. Everybody was talking about how awesome Frost and Hit and Kaba were going to be. And they were, you know, and we haven't seen Hit and Kaba yet. But Vegeta just really proved himself in this episode. So far, I have to watch the episode again to really get a good grasp on it. I'm going to watch it again once Dragon Team drops their subtitle version in the next few days. But this was my favorite episode of Dragon Ball Super. I don't know about my favorite one ever, but it's definitely in the top 5 for me. And I did have a soft spot for Vegeta, and we'll talk about more of that as we go through this review. So, and one thing I will say too is if you are a Vegeta fan, we're going to start with this one, all right? If you are a fan of Vegeta, which I know a lot of you guys are, he is the coolest anti-hero we've ever had in the series, him and Piccolo. This episode is for you. So the episode starts, Vegeta's getting hotter, powering up more of that liquid magma, steaming and shit. Vegeta's breathing hard because of the heat. And there's steam leaking out of the barrier that Vados created, and it's getting really, really hot in there. Vegeta rattles his head like a tea kettle and fires liquid hot magma at Vegeta, and Vegeta dodges and tries to counterattack, but he realizes at that point the magma is extremely hot. Now, you know, he's in there, and it's like, oh shit, he gets caught in the magma and almost touches the border. And remember, guys, the rule last week was if you touch the border, not just the ring out, but if you touch the barrier that Vados created, if you touch it, you're eliminated. So, what happens is basically Vegeta didn't die. He did survive the magma shot, and I wouldn't think magma would hurt him at this level, but maybe it's like an intergalactic, you know, Universe 6 magma, which isn't your typical volcanic magma, you know what I mean? Goku makes a comment about being very intrigued at the Metal Men. Maybe a future arc with these guys? Maybe you never know. It'd be interesting. I think it'd be pretty cool if in Xenoverse 2 or in Xenoverse 3 we got the Metal Men as one of the races. That'd be awesome. Let me know your thoughts down below if you agree. So Vegeta powers up again and goes into the position with his hands for the Gallic Gun. His hands look a little weird in the animation. Maybe it was just my eyes, but it's super hot everywhere. Vegeta prepares for the Gallic Gun, Gallic Ho in the Japanese version, and he has the purple aura surrounding him and everything. Then, of course, that classic Sumitomo song that everybody loves plays. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, that horrible song. And then Vegeta powers up and everything turns red. Scary as hell, super hot everywhere, and all that's protecting the viewing audience is that barrier. So, Vegeta fires the Gallic Ho at Vegeta. Vegeta fires back lava from his mouth, and they have this big beam struggle. Like it's like lava versus Gallic Gun Ki. Then the lava, I guess with the energy, kind of becomes a rock and then dissipates. But then Vegeta fires more lava. Vegeta uses his energy to chop the lava in half. Vegeta then jumps up while Vegeta's chopping the lava in half with his energy to dissipate it like Moses did in the Red Sea. Like he parts it, right? Vegeta jumps up, hammer fist Vegeta super hard, and he almost gets eliminated. Great animation so far. What happens is it looks like Vegeta's eliminated. Like it actually looks like he is, but he's out on the outside of the ring floating. When they go to commercial break and come back, the referee checks and Vegeta is indeed safe. Basically, it looks like his foot was touching a broken piece of the ring that fell to the ground, which pretty much means that it's not on the ground. Kind of a technicality. But it was also 1 foot. 1 foot. It's like the 95 Royal Rumble. How many folks are going to get that reference? 1 foot! Anyways, we starts to question Vegeta, saying, okay, what's he going to do now? Vegeta slowly floats out. There's veins popping everywhere. Vegeta looks pissed off, right? Vegeta fires lava again. Vegeta powers up to block it, and there's a whole lot of like gold energy and gold ki everywhere, like shining really, really bright. Like it's a very brightly colored episode. Lots of reds, lots of purples, lots of yellow. The animation, I felt, was really, really spot on this episode. This was not one of the badly animated episodes. Some of the characters were a tiny, tiny bit off model. A couple of wonky, like, in-between shots. But other than that, it was very solid. Very, very solid stuff. So, anyways, Vegeta keeps powering up. Vegeta fires lava, like I said. Vegeta blocks it. He powers up to such a degree that the barrier that Vados made is cracking. So you see it cracking, then all of a sudden, boom, it's smashed. The whole barrier is smashed, and there's glass going everywhere. There's a cool scene where Hit blocks the glass with 2 fingers. Then they show Monaka just sitting there staring. And last episode, they were talking about how Monaka's been blank since he saw the Kamehameha, with glass all around him, but it hasn't actually hit him. It's like surrounding him. And then we cut to a shot of Whis protecting the Earthlings, like Bulma and them, with his staff, blocking all of the glass. I love it when Whis goes into action, right? Even when it's like small shit like protecting people, I love when Whis is in action. So, another interesting thing I'm going to say real quick is that Frost is knocked out next to Hit. I don't believe that he's dead. I know some people think that he is. I don't think he's dead. In fact, when he got hit by the Hito beam last week, he said something afterwards. So I don't think he's dead, but he's definitely knocked out next to Hit, you know, looking down like again, like Weekend at Bernie's. I made the joke last week. Kind of funny looking. So anyways, Vegeta powers up, puts his arms out, final flash time, baby. Now, what I loved about this final flash is that it was definitely a tribute, an homage to the final flash he did on Cell. And I know a lot of Vegeta fans, I know a lot of you guys who love Dragon Ball Z, you love that scene. And that's a great scene. It doesn't matter if you watch it in Japanese, if you watch the English dub, or the Kai dub, or even the Spanish dub. I absolutely love the final flash scene. There's lightning everywhere, shit's ripping apart, and the lightning is like that thick lightning, like in the Cell final flash scene. Very similar. Vegeta then powers up too. Vegeta powers up so strongly that everybody's shocked. Again, he's still using golden-haired SSJ. And I was wondering about that, why he was still using it, but this may be answered next week. But more on that later, because I do gotta, again, like I always tell you guys, you gotta make sure you watch the next episode previews. If you're watching Super, when the credits roll, don't turn it off. Stay tuned for the next episode preview so you can get a preview of what happens next week. So, he does it. Final Flash! Just amazing. Huge blast. Vegeta's blocking and blocking and blocking with his lava, edging towards the edge, Bulma and Trunks are cheering this. Of course, they're wearing sunglasses. Vegeta's dazed. He survives the Final Flash because he's tough as shit, man. I love Vegeta. I love Vegeta, yo. I don't know if he's my favorite character. He's not. I still love Champa, and Frost is cool, but Champa's probably my favorite character right now in Super. Vegeta is such a cool character, though. He eats it, man. I love Vegeta. Vegeta sees this, dashes in, punches Vegeta, who blocks the punch because Vegeta's a tough motherfucker. He ate the Final Flash, blocks the punch, but Vegeta's pushing his fist into Vegeta, you know, with will, just pure will. And then the ground starts to break around Vegeta because he's a big, heavy metal man. The ring is destroyed. Vegeta cracks around him, and he is eliminated. He falls out of the ring. He's out. The ring is totally just a mess. Champa, not happy. Vados, of course, repairs the barrier, you know, with her powers, of course, and creates, you know, not only does she repair the ring, but she also recreates the outer barrier. So that was pretty cool. Everybody congratulates Vegeta. Whis gives Vegeta water, who chugs it down. It was an awesome scene. He just makes water appear and he chugs it down. And then we cut to Vegeta. Vegeta was sitting there crying, and I just felt like so bad. Like I don't care if it's just a fucking cartoon. Like, man, I felt so bad for Vegeta. Whenever you see a big, strong lug like that cry, like it really hit me. Like it hurt. It hurt my heartstrings seeing this guy crying. And what a valiant effort. He ate the Final Flash. He ate the Gallic Gun.
He took on Vegeta, very, very powerful, godly trained Vegeta, and was right there hanging in with him. You know. Whis explains that the Metal Men are actually very, very sensitive. Even though they're very strong, they're very sensitive. And it makes me like Vegeta a little more, too. I really like that they're adding a layer onto that character. I felt bad, but maybe it's not the end of him. I want him to become a Z fighter because he really impressed me. So, Kaba steps up. He's next, and he looks serious, and we're done. Next episode preview, folks. Wow. A lot of questions have been answered. I'm going to use the dub term. Yes, Kaba can go Super Saiyan. We saw it in the next episode preview. His hair did indeed turn gold. He can indeed go Super Saiyan, which makes me wonder. I thought they said that they never saw that form before Champa. Maybe Champa never saw the form, or maybe it was the first time Kaba ever used it. We will find out next week. But yes, folks, golden-haired Kaba exists. And yes, here's where it gets interesting. We see in the next episode preview Kaba having golden hair, and then we see Vegeta having blue hair. So yes, blue-haired Super Saiyan is back next week. So hopefully they will explain why Goku and Vegeta did not use it. I would like to think that they will explain it. It's going to be yellow-haired Kaba, blue-haired Vegeta. I can't wait. Let me know your thoughts down below if you saw the episode. Again, really fun episode. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely top 5. Of course, share this video out to all your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. And I hope all you guys have a fun and safe rest of your weekend.